If you have ever stood for evil in Nigeria, it is embedded in the person named Tinubu. In any way, shape, or form that you have ever stood against evil in Nigeria, it is in his person. If you can find accommodation for Tinubu, you are evil. It's simple. It's that simple.
Hello, good day viewers. I am Okocha P. Marcel and this is my channel. In this life, we must never learn how to remain neutral and silent, because your silence will help the oppressor to keep on oppressing the masses. But when you speak up, they see it as an attack. They see it as a caution. They see it as a warning to every bad system they are trying to create. And that is why in this channel, we talk about trending and political issues and we share news contents. So follow us, share our videos, subscribe to our channel, and always come by to watch our daily updates.
Everything came together on the 25th of February and produced the president-elect. If you have ever stood for evil in Nigeria, it is embedded in the person named Tinubu. In any way, shape, or form that you have ever stood against evil in Nigeria, it is in his person. So, Tinubu for me is a blessing. He clarifies the issues. If you can find accommodation for Tinubu, you are evil. It's simple. It's that simple. It's not about, because it's clear to anyone with half a brain that no election was won by Bola Ahmed Tinubu. He lost woefully. But producing him as the president-elect is the crystallization of Nigerian impunity, the madness of Nigeria. Everything that is wrong about Nigeria came together to produce this evil. So those who have any conscience in that country must of necessity forget the idiocy that has allowed them to subjectivize the truth to the point where they find reason not to support the truth. You cannot claim that it's not about the person of Gregory Peter Obi. It has nothing to do with his person. This is about principle. If there are still persons who are hiding behind their disagreements with his person, their objections to style, and they can find reason not to stand up for what they know to be the truth, shame on them. History will not remember Peter Obi's tribe. He wouldn't remember his religion. Pained by the way Nigeria has been, they came together, they found common purpose around one man as the arrowhead, not as the issue. Peter Obi is merely the arrowhead of a movement. That's all he is. We all came together for our various reasons and we found common purpose in the issues that the man raised. Some of us raised those issues. Aisha, you raised some. I raised some, other people raised some, but we all found common purposes, even where we had disagreements. That's politics. We chose what was offered as an electoral process. We staked our reputations behind a faith that the electoral process would be worthy of support. A law was passed. We stood behind that law. That man that is completely bereft of integrity or honor that you call Yakubu or whatever is the INEC fraudster. And I said that standing here, hoping and praying he will sue me, please. He's a fraudster. That man assured all of us and the entire world that we would have elections predicated on electronic transmission of results. Beavers, IRED, billions were voted. And then the man, look, let me just put it this way. I don't know by what, there were two choices when this happened. We could have gone on the street and started making noise, offered them the opportunity to kill as they had always killed, and then we would have all been talking about normalizing the situation. We'll be talking about peace. Those of us that they would have picked up, they would have picked up. Then they will be talking about free this and free that. Then we'll be talking inauguration. And then there would be normalcy, and Nigerians as usual would have moved on. But we knew that that was what they would have loved. See what we've done with today. So these were average Nigerians like me and you, with all of the many peccadillos of the Nigerians. But they sat together and they came to a unanimous decision, because the evidence that were placed in the public domain and before the courts were way too weighty to be discounted. This is more or less the same situation on a bigger scale. We are back before a system that we do not necessarily trust. I am a member of Ramimba. Before we went to the tribunal, we were against the tribunal. We stood outside the tribunal carrying banner, protesting against the tribunal. And then we decided, you know what? Let's use their tribunal to unmask them in the public space. So we went before the tribunal and we brought evidence into the public space that the government would have preferred were not placed in the public space, and that would never have found its way into the public space if we had abandoned that process. We were not going before the tribunal in any hope of justice, but we were determined to use the system to unrobe the Nigerian state. So we used the system. Because we went before the tribunal, we could show all the evidence we had, and the public could also see it. And at the end of the process, unanimous, not one dissenting vote, the tribunal voted that as a fact, there was a massacre.
Let me reiterate, and I assure you that good people of Nigeria, that will explore all legal and peaceful action to reclaim our mandate. We won the election, and we will prove it.
But they're having a very bad case. A very bad case. P2P legal team, P2P's idea is too difficult for APC and the presidency to handle. With all the manipulation going on, they are still finding it difficult to handle P2P moves. With all the allegation, with all the cheap blackmail, things are not adding up for Tinubu and the APC. What they now trying to do is to put pressure on P2P to withdraw the case. But it is not working out. Consequently, any move to see how the tribunal can make pronouncement before May 29, the APC is resisting it. Tinubu is working round the clock. That was why, in spite of his health condition, he left the hospital and returned to Nigeria to make sure the tribunal will not make any pronouncement before May 29. Tinubu is lowering in anger, showing me in first. But they are telling him 25% of FCT, there is nothing any judge can do. No technical ground can be used to boycott that provision. There is nothing we can do. Because the Supreme Court had in the past made the pronouncement. They have interpreted that provision that is conjunctive. That is to say, you must have 24 states and 25% in 24 states. And you must also have 25% in FCT. You cannot alter that pronouncement. There is no other interpretation that can be given to it. The judiciary, unofficially, had made that known to Tinubu and the presidency.